I'm really delighted that nearly a year after this, the proposal for an oil rig in the Bay has first come on the agenda, that we are now discussing the substantive issue of whether or not it's a good idea to put the oil rig in the Bay. And first of all, we very much welcome the recent announcement by the Minister for Heritage, which has said that a huge area of 27,000 hectares on the eastern seaboard is a candidate for a special area of conservation. And seeing as...
Councillor Dillon Byrne, can you please resume your seat and another member speaking, please?
Thanks. And seeing as this candidate area overlaps with the area that Providence Resources have been licensed to drill an exploratory well in, I think it really calls for a new moment where we can now ask for the ministers to withdraw both licences, the foreshore and the exploratory licence. And I think that this announcement really just adds grist to the mill of the hundreds of people who have been campaigning to get these licences withdrawn, and really shows what a wonderful asset we have outside the window here that should not have an oil rig sitting in the middle of it. Now, we're calling for both of the licences to be withdrawn, and that's what this motion is about, so we hope that you will support that. We've been against the rig in the Bay for quite a number of reasons for a while. Primarily, I think the fact that 4 miles is just too close from one of the most industrial, one of the most populated areas of Ireland to have an oil rig sitting there, which was adjacent to an area of special conservation, and now, if the proposal goes ahead, could be bang in the middle of the area of special conservation. Now, I know many people will say, sure, aren't there oil rigs off the coast of Liverpool that are within the foreshore? And while that's true, it's not actually best practice. Best practice in terms of oil exploration and oil extraction in Europe is Norway, where where they would never, for example, allow a drilling within the foreshore, and there would be no drilling at all without a proper public consultation. And that's to bring another important point in this, is that there has not been a serious public consultation, not only on this rig in the Bay, but in general on how our natural resources are managed. There has not been a proper, serious public consultation. If you go out and talk to anybody in the community where they consulted on this, they do not believe that they were, and they weren't in any real way. I think that the lack of this consultation, the fact that if this were an area of special conservation, people will say that doesn't rule out drilling. It certainly doesn't. Nothing in particular is ruled out in an area of special conservation, but you would not be able to proceed without carrying out a strategic an environmental impact assessment, not just a strategic environmental assessment, a proper environmental impact assessment with proper public consultation around it. All of that is up for discussion now with this new proposal, and I think as a result it behoves this council to look out at the wonderful Bay, look at the threat that is posed to it by putting a rig in the middle of it, and imagine what would happen if there was oil found and how that could become the industrialisation of the whole Bay. I think it behoves this council to ask the ministers to withdraw these licences right away and to protect the integrity of our Bay.
Okay, at this stage,